Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I am going to do the December the 28th, just for today, in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, the title of the meditation, hopefully you can see that, is Depression. We are no longer fighting fear, anger, guilt, self pity, or depression. Basic text, page 27. As addicts, many of us experience depression from time to time. When we feel depressed, we may be tempted to isolate ourselves. However, if we do this, our depression may turn to despair. We can't afford to let depression lead us back to using. Instead, we try to go about the routine of our lives. We make meeting attendance and contact with our sponsor top priorities. Sharing with others about our feelings may let us know we aren't the only ones who have been depressed in recovery. Working with a newcomer can work wonders for our own state of mind. And most importantly, prayer and meditation can help us tap the power we need to survive depression. We practice acceptance and remember that feelings like depression will unquestionably pass in time. Rather than struggle with our feelings, we accept them and ask for the strength to walk through them. Just for today, I accept that my feelings of depression won't last forever. I will talk openly about my feelings with my sponsor or another person who understands. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Wow, what a powerful meditation to be discussing. Depression. Depression is a big deal for most of us in recovery. Let's get that clear. Depression is a big deal for most of us in recovery. Oftentimes, we are fighting fear, anger, guilt, and self pity. And a lot of the fear and anger and guilt and self pity snowballs into this downcast spirit of depression. For some of us, we've dealt with depression all of our lives on different levels. It seems like it was always there, however subtle it may have been. Depression was always a part of our lives. Now we come into Narcotics Anonymous, and through the help of the 12 steps, we begin to understand why depression was always such a thread that weaved itself so well in the fiber of our lives. We find out that one, through our disease of addiction and our using drugs, which is simply a symptom, that we were using drugs because of something. We wanted to make some feeling, and oftentimes depression was one of them, make some feeling less intense. In the making of that, in the using of that drug, in that symptom, we learned that it sort of worked. As far as detaching ourselves from our emotions, it worked. And so we began to use more. And then a physical dependency developed on whatever substance we were actually using. But not only the physical dependency, the spiritual dependency, the emotional dependency, our whole mind, body, and spirit became dependent on the end result of that drug, right? The high feeling, the ability to raise our energy up when we need it by using uppers and to lower it when we needed to go to sleep by using downers. We began to worship this. So the ability to actually have a God of our own understanding was virtually, it wasn't impossible. We had one, but it was a lower destructive power. And we began to worship that. And after we began to do that, we could not really see our way clear to take responsibility for any of the things we were doing or had done. And the thought of talking to someone about it and sharing the exact nature was not even on our list of things to do. However, in recovery, it is. Now we understand, okay, if I'm feeling depressed, more than likely there's a biological reason or there is an emotional reason. There's something that is going on that needs to be balanced out, and drugs are not the answer for that. Some people that have the biological reason, which would be a chemical imbalance, may actually find themselves having to take something to raise that chemical back to the level that it should be in a healthy human being. And you shouldn't feel bad about that if that's you. But for the majority of us, the imbalance that we're experiencing is because we're not good at navigating our here and now or even our past. And Narcotics Anonymous gives us an opportunity to look at the past and the future as well as today, right? Who I was yesterday, who I am today, and who it is I'm trying to become. That's about as futuristic as any of us need to get. Who are you trying to develop yourself into? And it gives us a system called the 12 steps in sponsorship, in making meetings, in sharing our experience, strength, and hope. Many people have come to this program and benefited in ways that other people go see therapists and counselors and benefit, right? But these are the ones that are actually doing the work. They're actually sharing in meetings. They're actually interacting with the fellowship. They're interacting with their sponsor and dealing with the depression. We don't have to run from those depressed feelings today. We don't have to cover them up. We can practice acceptance and remember that these feelings of depression, they pass with time. And they pass more easily when we are actually in the process of recovery. Today, I want you to make a commitment to yourself to not beat yourself up over depressed feelings. Remember that this is something that is a part of being a human being. You cannot go through life and not have feelings or emotions and react to people or situations. Who's stone cold? I don't know too many stone cold individuals that have completely severed their feelings off of individuals from situations. I don't know anyone. And those people that have, there's probably something that is causing that block, right? There's probably something that has happened to them where they've been traumatized and it is causing that blockage there. I want you to give yourself permission to be human today. That's really what it comes down to. Giving yourself permission to be human today. Remember, you are in the flow, so let's get out there and do mighty things with the things that we are learning. Let's do that. Let's make December 28th the most beautiful December the 28th day that we have ever lived in all of our lives. I know you can do it, and if you don't do it for yourself, no one else will. My name is Mighty Stream, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.